Ever wondered why some people seem to always get what they want while others struggle? It's not just luck, it's psychology. The human mind is a fascinating tool, and understanding how it works can give you a competitive edge. Today, we're going to explore a powerful concept, using psychological rules to gain an advantage over your competition. These aren't just theories, they're proven strategies that can help you outshine others and get what you want. We'll be delving into 7 key psychological rules. First, the rule of reciprocity, a powerful social norm that can be used to your advantage. Second, the rule of commitment, which harnesses the power of consistency. Third, the rule of social proof, a pivotal factor in decision-making. Fourth, the rule of authority, which speaks to our inherent respect for figures of power. Fifth, the rule of liking, because who doesn't want to be liked? Sixth, the rule of scarcity, a classic marketing strategy. And finally, the rule of consistency, which reinforces the value of commitment. Prepare to delve into the human mind and unveil the secrets of getting what you want. The rule of reciprocity, a powerful principle that can tip the scales in your favor. Now let's dive into this intriguing concept. At its core, the rule of reciprocity is a social norm of human behavior. It compels us to respond to actions with like actions. When someone does something for us, we instinctively feel an obligation to return the favor. This principle is deeply ingrained in our psyche, shaping our interactions and relationships. But how can we put this rule to work for us? Well, by understanding and employing it strategically, we can influence others to act in our favor. Give a little, get a little. It's as simple as that. In the cutthroat world of competition, every edge counts. The rule of reciprocity can be that edge, subtly swaying others to our side. So remember, when you give, you create a psychological debt that others feel compelled to repay. Give and you shall receive, quite literally, as per the rule of reciprocity. Next, we have the rule of commitment, a psychological trick that can turn the tide in any competition. This rule is all about making a pledge and sticking to it. It's about walking your talk, even when the going gets tough. You see, when we commit to something, our brains start working overtime to ensure we follow through. It's a deeply ingrained sense of responsibility that pushes us to act in line with our promises. In a competitive scenario, commitment can be a game changer. Once you've publicly committed to a goal, your mind will resist backing down. The fear of being seen as inconsistent or unreliable can drive you to extraordinary lengths to fulfill your promise. Leverage this principle wisely. Make your commitments known, set your sights high, and let your actions speak volumes. Remember, in the grand game of life, those who stick to their word are often the ones who come out on top. Stay true to your word and watch as others follow suit. The rule of social proof, a psychological phenomenon that can make or break your chances of success. This fascinating rule is all about validation from others. We humans are social creatures, and we look to others to gauge what's right or wrong, what's popular or not. Imagine you're walking past a restaurant. If it's empty, you might think twice about eating there. But if it's crowded, you'd be more likely to join the queue. That's social proof in action. In a competitive context, social proof can be a powerful tool. If people see others endorsing you, whether it's through social media likes, positive reviews, or word of mouth, they're more likely to follow suit. It's a domino effect where one positive reaction leads to another, creating a wave of popularity that can catapult you ahead of the competition. So remember, social proof isn't just about following the crowd, it's about leveraging the crowd for your benefit. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's the power of social proof. The rule of authority, a psychological principle that commands respect and obedience. Now, this rule is not about brute force, but rather about the power of perception. It's about conveying a sense of expertise, of knowledge that can make others defer to your judgment. When people perceive you as an authority, they are more likely to follow your lead, accept your ideas, and respect your decisions. This is because our minds are wired to recognize and respect authority as a form of survival mechanism. In a competitive situation, the rule of authority can provide an incredible advantage. By establishing yourself as an authority, you not only command attention, but also influence the actions and decisions of others. Be it in a business negotiation, a sports competition, or a debate, you can use this rule to gain an edge over your rivals. But remember, true authority comes from knowledge, expertise, and respect, not coercion or manipulation. Command respect and authority and watch as others fall in line. The rule of liking, a psychological rule that can make you a favorite. This rule is based on a simple yet powerful principle. We are more likely to say yes to a request if we feel a connection with the person making it. This connection can be based on shared interests, physical attractiveness, or even just repeated contact. In the context of competition, the rule of liking can be a game changer. Imagine you're in a race for a coveted position or contract. If you manage to establish a rapport with the decision makers, you're already one step ahead of your competition. This doesn't mean you have to be everyone's best friend. It's about finding common ground, showing empathy, and being genuinely interested in others. It's not about manipulation, but about building authentic relationships. Use this rule to your advantage. Create bonds, foster friendships, and let your likability shine. Be likable and watch as doors open for you. The rule of scarcity, a psychological principle that can create a sense of urgency and desire. This rule revolves around the idea that less is more. When something is scarce, we perceive it as more valuable, more desirable. It's the allure of exclusivity, the thrill of obtaining what's hard to get. From limited edition sneakers to rare vintage wines, the rule of scarcity is at play, driving up demand and value. It's not just about physical goods, though. Scarcity can also apply to opportunities, experiences, even time. Ever noticed how a deadline can spur you into action? That's the rule of scarcity at work. Now, imagine harnessing this principle as a competitive tool. By creating scarcity, you can increase perceived value, stir up desire, and motivate action. It's a powerful strategy that can give you an edge, whether you're in business, sports, or any competitive field. Create scarcity and watch as others scramble. Last but not least, the rule of consistency, a psychological principle that can create trust and reliability. Imagine a world where everyone says what they mean and means what they say. Now, that's the power of consistency. It's a psychological principle that underscores the importance of maintaining a reliable pattern of behavior. Think of it as a silent promise that you make to others, a promise that you will act in a certain way time and time again. Consistency is like a beacon in the night, guiding others to trust in your actions and words. It can be a game changer in competitive scenarios. When others see you as a consistent player, they're more likely to predict your moves and in turn feel secure around you. But here's the twist. While they're busy feeling comfortable, you can use this predictability as a strategy, subtly shifting the odds in your favor. Consistency isn't just about playing fair, it's about playing smart. Stay consistent and watch as others place their trust in you. Now that you've learned the 7 powerful psychological rules, you're well equipped to get what you want and beat out the competition. Let's do a quick recap of what we've covered. We started with the rule of reciprocity. Remember, people feel obliged to return a favor. Use this to your advantage and build meaningful relationships. Then we touched on the rule of commitment. Once someone makes a commitment, however small, they're more likely to follow through. Harness this rule to influence decisions and actions. We then moved on to the rule of social proof. We're social creatures after all, and we often look to others to determine our own actions. Leverage this instinct to guide collective behavior in your favor. Our 4th rule was the rule of authority. People respect and follow figures of authority. Cultivate an image of expertise to gain influence and respect. Next up was the rule of liking. Simply put, we're more likely to say yes to someone we like. Nurture your personal and professional relationships and see how doors open for you. The 6th rule was the rule of scarcity. We all know the saying, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. Make your offer limited in time or quantity and watch the demand soar. Finally, we covered the rule of consistency. People like to be consistent with their previous actions. Use this to your advantage by reminding them of their past actions that align with your current request. Now, don't just listen to these rules, apply them. Incorporate them into your daily interactions and see how they can transform your life. Remember, these rules are tools in your arsenal, ready to be deployed when you need them. Before you leave, click the subscribe button and be sure to like this video. The journey to mastering these rules doesn't end here. We have more insightful videos and content lined up for you. Remember, knowledge is power, and with these psychological rules, you're now more powerful than ever.